and welcome to Dance of Democracy Season 24. On the show, we'll be talking about why Maharashtra is looking like a hard battle to predict. But before that, let's talk about the OG of party hoppers, the man behind the phrase, Aaya Ram, Gaya Ram.
The best way to describe political turncoats, and there are many, is Aaya Ram, Gaya Ram. But the story behind how this phrase came into existence is equally interesting. It all started in 1967 with Haryana MLA Gaya Lal. He had won assembly elections as an independent candidate. Soon after the win, he joined Indian National Congress and later defected to United Front, only to come back to Congress and then finally rejoin United Front. All of this in a very short span of time. When he was in Congress, Rao Birendra Singh addressed a press conference and said, Gaya Ram is now Aaya Ram. And that is how the phrase came into existence. In late 60s, defections became so frequent that in span of just 1 year, 438 leaders defected to other parties. This paved way for the anti-defection law in the country.
Let's talk about Maharashtra, where there seems to be two of everything. Two Shiv Senas, two NCPs, too much confusion. So where does that leave the voters? Ramesh Sable hits the streets of Mumbai to find out.
ऐसा लग रहा है हम लोगों को, हमने जिनको चुन के दिया था, आज वो पार्टी एक ही पार्टी के दो मतलब विभाजन हो रही है।
पार्टी टूट गई तो क्या हुआ, अभी घर घर में है ना, ये सब पार्टी की वजह से अभी झगड़ा भी हो गया है। अभी घर घर में ये सब लफड़ा चल रहा है।
हम वोट देते 5 साल के लिए, लेकिन 5 दिन के अंदर वो चला जाते हैं दूसरी पार्टी के अंदर।
वो खुद कंफ्यूज है कि मैं सही हूँ कि वो ना तेजा मैं हूँ माँ किधर है, वही वाला सीन चल रहा है पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज में। सो टू बी ऑनेस्ट, इवन आई कांट से दैट हु इज रियल एंड हु इज नॉट.
Teja, though, is hard to spot in real life because real is even more complicated than the real in this case. So let's rewind a bit to understand how we got here in the first place. In 2019, the Shiv Sena and BJP contested the Lok Sabha elections as allies, winning an impressive 41 of the 48 seats in Maharashtra. In comparison, the Congress-NCP alliance was left with precious little. The alliances carried on to the assembly elections in the state, held a few months later. BJP Shiv Sena were comfortably placed to form the government, winning 152 seats, where the halfway mark is 144. But there were major differences within the alliance on the question of the chief minister. Even though the BJP was the single largest party, it could not form the government on its own strength and fused a hurried blink-and-miss government with Ajit Pawar's support. The early morning hush-hush ceremony stumped the Shiv Sena and the Congress. Devendra Fadnavis took oath as Chief Minister with Ajit Pawar as his deputy in a tie-up that didn't last even 72 hours. That's also when the Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena stitched together an unexpected alliance called the Mahavikas Aghadi with Uddhav Thackeray as Chief Minister. The government lasted 2.5 years before Eknath Shinde walked out with 2/3 MLAs in June 2022, eventually bringing down the government. The Election Commission handed him Shiv Sena's election symbol, the bow and arrow, as well as the party name. The Thackerays picked the mashal as their election symbol. The BJP was back in power with the Shiv Sena minus the Thackeray family and its loyalists who stayed with Uddhav. A year later, much in the same manner as Shinde had done, Ajit Pawar engineered a split in his uncle's party, again taking away a sizable chunk of MLAs and the name and symbol of the party Sharad Pawar had set up. Time favored Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar was forced to take up a new symbol in the tutari, which is a musical instrument. If this isn't enough to confuse voters, there's more. Ashok Chauhan, a well-known Congress leader and former Maharashtra Chief Minister, joined the BJP in February 2024. Milind Deora, former Union Minister who fought against the BJP Shiv Sena, joined hands with Eknath Shinde's Sena. Govinda, one-time Congress MP from Mumbai, also joined Eknath Shinde's Sena. Is it any surprise then that voters are scratching their heads, partly in confusion and partly in amusement?
So I feel that the overall situation in Maharashtra is a little bit confusing. अभी मैं तो शिवसेना को जानता हूँ, अब 2 शिवसेना है, अब मैं किसको वोट दूँ?
सही मायने में जो सेना है वो पहले भी थी, दिघे साहब, बाल साहब, उनकी थी, अभी भी वही है।
हर जो कोई ये अपने सीट के लिए भाग रहा है, दौड़ रहा है, लेकिन जनता का क्या? जनता का जो बेसिक प्रॉब्लम है, एक तो महंगाई, नौकरी और बेकारी।
कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है, वोटर को अपना पता है कि किसको वोट करना है करके। किसी से भी सामान्य मतदाता से भी आप पूछोगे तो उनको क्लियर है कि कौन परिवार है और कौन पार्टी है करके।
तो अभी हम लोग को कन्फ्यूजन है कि अभी किसको वोट देना है, हम लोग को पता नहीं चल रहा है। क्योंकि अभी ये साल समझो अभी एक पार्टी को वोट दिया कि वो रहे ना रहे दूसरे पार्टी में चला जाएगा, तो हम लोग का वोट का क्या मीनिंग है, क्या अर्थ है उसका।
If only Teja and Teja ka mark was so easy to spot, there would have been no confusion.
An election commission team took 4 days to reach a remote village in Uttarakhand to set up a polling station there. But do you know how many voters turned up? Just 4. Pankaj Sharma explains the story behind this.
This team of election commission traveled 4 days and 100 kilometers to reach one of the most remote villages of Uttarakhand to set up a polling booth. But only 4 of the 587 people registered to vote turned up. The reason behind the boycott is the lack of a road to Kanar village. What is worse is that this was the same reason they have boycotted the elections in 2019 too. Sadly, their voice hasn't been heard and nothing has changed 5 years later either.
Our quiz is also connected to India's first election. How many political parties contested in the 1951-52 elections? Your options are 6, 53, 15, 22.
The election story of India is incomplete without the Times of India.
Every morning, our 51 editions
of the paper provide you with the most extensive coverage of these elections.
they also discover in India that's unseen, unknown.